Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So first I want to apologize for having a long time in between videos. I know I was trying to be better about doing like weekly updates, but honestly I just really haven't felt like I've had much to update in a while. There hasn't been much change. I'm still losing weight, but it's a lot slower now, which I kind of expected at this point. My lowest weight right now has been like 194.6. So I'm not much farther down, obviously, since almost a month ago when I last updated. But again, still moving in the right direction. So that is a good thing. I am size-wise, I'm down to like size 12, size 10. Universal thread, I'm wearing a couple of size 10 jeans. So that's kind of cool. The fact that I'm in a size 10 now, it's crazy. Haven't worn a size 10 since probably sometime college. So it's been a minute. And let's see. Not a whole lot of non-skill victories going on that I can really think of. I haven't really thought of anything too crazy. Just in general, it's still weird to like see myself in passing and just see how much smaller I look. Like that's strange to me still. I also, let's see, my husband and I went on this date night. It was called Bikes and Brews. So it's in our city downtown. You take your bike and you bike over to different breweries and get a drink, that kind of thing. So I'm not drinking a lot, obviously, with surgery and everything, but I do occasionally have a drink and it's been fine. So it goes through me pretty quickly though, so I don't really feel the effects of it. And I know that can be scary for some people because that can cause, transfer addiction. So really sensitive topic there. However, for me, I haven't had that. I don't know, I just don't have the urge to like drink a lot or drink in excess or drink more. Like it just doesn't appeal to me. So that's not something that I've really been concerned with. So that's been good. But in general, we had a good time. I wasn't sure how I would do because the last time I was on a bike was shortly after surgery, I think, or maybe before surgery. And first of all, it hurt to ride the bike. Like, sitting on a bicycle is not always fun. I was not uncomfortable at all this time. Like that was so weird for me, to not be uncomfortable on a bike seat. Like that was crazy. So it didn't hurt at all. So that was new and different. And I expected it to hurt because, we were going to be, we were on for like 10 to 20 minutes in between locations. So that's a decent amount of time. But no, I never felt any pain, which is interesting because I have less padding now. So I was kind of surprised. But no pain, so that was good. We had a good time. And let's see, what else? Other things that have been going on, not too exciting, but I guess worth mentioning is we're dealing with some house issues right now. So that's just been added stress to my plate. So before our vacation in October, we discovered that we had a leak in our house. That was great. We turned off the water. We thought we figured out the cause. We thought it was the shower pan in our master bathroom leaking down into our guest bathroom downstairs. Nope, not the cause. We quit using that shower and we were still having leaks. So we're like, oh, maybe it's the other shower. So we stopped using it. Well, we were still having a leak. So now we think it's our hall bathroom upstairs. We think it's the sink. So we have stopped using the sink. And so far we've not had any more leaks. So we're pretty sure that's the culprit. But getting to the problem is a whole other issue. So we might have to like redo our entire hall bathroom. It's just a mess. I don't know. We do have a plumber in the family that we're using, and he's been really helpful in trying to like troubleshoot and figure out what's going on. But yeah, not looking forward to paying for that. We have insurance, of course, but I think our deductible is still like $2,000. So that's not an expense we were ready to pay. So that's kind of been just stressful to worry about. And then we've been dealing with sleep issues with our foster love and our bio daughter. you know, they normally share a room and they're just not settling down at night to go to sleep. We even use melatonin and like, I mean, we're talking, we wait with them for an hour and a half, sometimes almost 2 hours, and they're still not asleep. So we end up giving up, and Nora ends up going to bed with me, and I get her to sleep in our room, and then he gets our foster daughter to sleep in their bedroom, because you literally have to sit with them to make them fall asleep. Because what we've discovered is if we don't, we leave the room, they get up and then they don't go to sleep. So it's just constant battle of going back in there, putting them back in the bed. And it's just, so it's easier just to sit in there until they fall asleep. So that's what we had been doing, and it had been working until recently. So now they're saying, like, specialists that we're seeing for our foster lab are kind of recommending, well, maybe having separate bedrooms is what they need, that kind of thing, so they can both rest. And I'm like, yes, I agree. However, the other spare bedroom, there's 3 bedrooms upstairs, our bedroom, the girls' bedroom, and then a spare bedroom that is kind of our junk overflow room / my office. So I need to give up my office, which I'm fine with. Like, I don't feel like I need a dedicated space. Half the time I bring my computer out into the living room or the kitchen or the kitchen table, and I have it like on the bar or somewhere else. So most of the time I'm not even working in there, unless I feel like I need like the double screens and everything. So I don't really need it. It's just, where am I gonna put my desk? Where am I gonna put, you know, so we've got to figure all this out. And I think that's gonna be the new project that I throw myself into. I've been really throwing myself into housework lately. So anytime I have spare time, like lunch breaks and in between calls, if I've just got like some downtime, I'm like, oh, let me go throw in a load of laundry. Oh, let me go make this bed. Oh, let me do this, let me do that. And I've just been go, 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 which is good, I guess, because I've had more energy. Because you'll know, like right after surgery, I was like kaput, no energy. The house was always a state of chaos. And right now it's actually looking pretty good. I don't think I've done a tour of my house for you guys. Maybe I'll clean up tomorrow or Friday and actually like do a tour to kind of show you guys around. If that's something you're interested in, let me know. Our downstairs is a disaster right now, and for lots of reasons. One reason is it's a spare area that we don't use, so it accumulates things that we don't use, kind of like the spare bedroom. But it also is where I keep all the stuff that I sell on Poshmark. So it's kind of like a sell zone. So there's just stuff everywhere. And then I just bought a table and chairs to redo to incorporate into our dining room eventually. So all the chairs are in there because they wouldn't fit in the garage. So that's taking up space. So I don't know if I'll show you the downstairs just because it's almost an embarrassment. But upstairs is normally like our main living spaces are normally like mostly clean. So as clean as they can be with toddlers. So let's be honest. But yeah, in general, I mean, I'm doing okay. You know, as far as meeting goals, I know y'all know that I've always struggled with water intake, still struggling. I still try every day and I get somewhere, but I still struggle. I am meeting with the dietitian, you know, still, and she's helping me with some ideas too, but still struggle with water intake. Not really struggling with protein as much anymore, which is good. Getting about 4 to 5 ounces per meal. I'm not of protein, but like just in general food, I'm getting like 4 to 5 ounces a meal now. So I'm able to consume a little bit more and feel full, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to tell what's like body fullness versus like head hunger and head fullness. I never really know anymore. But I mean, I kind of have my routine set. We've been in a rut with food lately, so I kind of polled my Facebook community and asked them, you know, hey, what are some good crock pot, instant pot recipes, because I have both of those and they literally just live in storage. So we're gonna start using those tomorrow. Actually, I did a grocery pickup order for today, and tonight I'm making beef stroganoff, which is something that we have almost every week anyway. So just gonna do that tonight because that's quick and easy. And then tomorrow we're gonna do one of our crock pot meals. So I'll go ahead and like start it in the morning so I can be cooking. And then, yeah, so I'm excited about doing more cooking. I feel like I always make excuses that I'm a terrible cook and all this, but really, you can't be a terrible cook if you don't try. So, I mean, if you're not even putting forth the effort, you're just not a cook. So that's where I'm at this point. So I'm gonna at least try now. I'm trying to domesticate myself. So that's my year of 2020, is domesticating myself, which as a feminist, I still feel like you can be domesticated. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. And I mean, I don't want to get into all of that right now, but in general, y'all probably have realized I'm a pretty liberal person. So, but yeah, I do help to keep the house running, and I feel like, especially like, so y'all know that I go to counseling. I know I've mentioned that before, that that's been really helpful, especially with like body dysmorphia and just talking through that. I still deal with that like every single day, where I'm just like, I don't know, in disbelief that this is the person I'm looking back at in the mirror. And I mean, part of that's normal just because it's extreme weight loss in such a short amount of time. But also, I think even when I was at a higher weight, I didn't recognize myself, if that makes sense. So I don't know. I don't know at what point I feel like I'll be at my true self, if that makes sense. I don't know. I hope to get there someday, but in general, I don't think that's a weight. I think that's more of a mindset. So, but anyway, when I go to counseling, we talk about my anxiety. I have bipolar 2 disorder, so I take medication for that. And we did talk about the fact that maybe my medications need to be like reanalyzed now that I've lost a lot of weight. I might not need as much or something. So I don't know what that's going to look like in coming months. That might change a little bit. Maybe I can go down on some medications. But for now, I'm taking everything as I have been for the past like year or so. I think it's been about a year on the same doses. So that's going okay. But what I talked to my counselor about this week is the fact that I like channel my anxiety into things, which with this election anxiety, guys, I channeled it all into like organizing the house. So at least it was like something productive, but it's like borderline OCD, and my anxiety does kind of exhibit itself in some like OCD tendencies. So the fact that I was like very much, and I could tell because like my husband came home and I was like really short with him. And I mean, part of it was also, I think I was starting my period, but also it was the anxiety. Like the anxiety was talking, and I didn't even have like, I don't know, the forethought to tell him, I'm sorry, I'm feeling anxious. Like this is what's going on right now. So it was just annoying because all I wanted to do was just keep cleaning and get the house in order, and like instead of sitting down for dinner with my family and enjoy time with them, I felt like I need to keep cleaning the kitchen and keep doing this and keep doing that. And it's really hard to like draw that line, like that hard line of no, like you need to stop. So that's something I struggle with. I don't know if any of you struggle with that too, but I know it can exhibit, like anxiety can exhibit itself in so many different forms, but sometimes mine does it by like obsessive things that I do. Luckily that has never been alcohol or smoking. Or like drugs. Like I've been so fortunate that I've never like self-medicated or done anything like that. But instead, like, I mean, I can get to where I work out excessively, I clean excessively, like things like that. So at least they're like productive things, but it's still not very healthy. So I just wanted to throw that out there. That's something I'm dealing with right now. But anyway, I did want to give you guys an update, and I think that covers pretty much everything. If I think of anything else, I'll put it down in the description. But I hope you're all doing well. Let me know what your plans are for Thanksgiving and for November and everything. Or are y'all getting together? Like what's going on? I think we're just doing one Thanksgiving. We normally do 3. So I think we're either doing 1 or 2, and it's on a much smaller scale this year. But anyway, love you guys, and thanks for watching. Bye.